Okay, and we live. We back with another one, Off the Bench family. This is the sixth official episode of Off the Bench podcast. And you're here with your boy O.
And I'm Dion.
And we back with another one, man. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling like this is gonna be a good episode. We got a lot of good topics coming up for y'all today. We gonna obviously give y'all our game three reactions. We've seen all the game three each round. We're gonna also talk about who's been the best player this so far in this play
In
in
this
this play. Yeah,
postseason,
who been the best player? I think it's some good answers there. But we gonna start off with the topic that we didn't get to last episode, which is
the
the
the Bud firing,
Milwaukee
you know,
Bucks.
the Milwaukee Bucks, they firing their head coach, which is kind of, you know what I'm saying, not really
A surprise,
really
yeah.
a surprise or anything.
I'm really just surprised it took this long because Bud was supposed to be out of there that 2020 playoff run when they was the one seed. Ironically, they was the one seed, lost to the 5 seeded Heat in 5 games. Now he got saved that next year in 2021, getting that ring.
Getting that ring, yeah.
But even since then, last year they gave him the benefit of the doubt, no Chris Middleton. Now this year they all healthy. You just won a ring with this team not too long ago, and then you lose in 5 to the same team in the same fashion again. So it
Had their number.
It definitely was warranted. Like,
It's really crazy because Bud he really just won a good defensive minded coach, and people was giving him credit for like how they was playing the pick and roll, which I said, and I think it was the very first video when you were talking about the defensive player of the year awards. I was like, they defense really not the same. It's just that now when they just have Brooke and Giannis, whenever they into it in the ball screen, they'll just have Giannis playing the backside and just, you know what I'm saying, and just have him just play it in that mid drop.
Yeah.
So it's basically like really the same thing they were doing. Talking about they were closing out on defense. It just Bud wasn't good at adjustments.
Yeah.
Spo really exposed them.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think that was the main reason, the main cause behind that. Because he got exposed coaching. He didn't make no adjustments. He didn't double Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it hard on him. Jimmy was getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Even though Drew Holiday a solid defender. You know what I'm saying? Good defender, above average defender. But once a player in the NBA of that caliber like Jimmy Butler get it going, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be hard to stop.
I think Bud really showed us what type of coach he was. Because if you recall, Bud was he was the head coach of the Al Horford led Atlanta Hawks team when they was the one seed going into the playoffs and like getting upset by either LeBron or whether it's the Celtics or he was the head coach of those teams. And now we kind of seen that again with this Milwaukee Bucks team. Bud is a good floor raiser, but he don't raise like the ceiling how it should be, because if Eric Spoelstra was on this team, the ceiling of this team tremendously goes way higher. And that just like if Bud was on the Heat team, now the Heat ceiling wouldn't be upsetting the one seed. It wouldn't be that. And I just think it was evident he got out coached for sure, because the Bucks led 2 to 3 like 13 plus runs and never called a timeout. And in crunch time, game four, I want to believe, they went on a 13-0 run to come back and late in the fourth, never called a timeout, and that's the game where Jimmy hit the step back three.
Oh yeah, and then he hit the lob, inbound lob. Yeah,
that was that game. And I just think Bud, when you just break down him as a coach, like you said, you really don't. He don't got no accolades. He's never really been a coach known for making adjustments. He really has.
He's not an X's and O's. They don't run no X's and O's in Milwaukee.
He and what saves him is that ring. Like a Doc Rivers type of coach. It's like that ring.
That 07. Yeah. That what 08?
That 08, that 08 ring. That when Doc had that super team. And it's just like Bud, like I said, that 2021, if it wasn't for Kyrie and James Harden literally breaking down, Bud probably would have been out of there that year. He probably would have got out of there, probably would have moved on to a new head coach, which we probably would not know how that look now with that team, but it probably would have been a reality. It's just that ring prolonged his time in Milwaukee. And I just think it was nothing more, you know what I'm saying, the front office needed to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because as I said, like that loss was, the series loss was demoralizing. It was never gonna be the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's hard to come back from. Like that's a huge upset. A 1 seed lose to an 8 seed in 5 games. Losing 2 games on your home court. You know what I'm saying? Back-to-back games with your best player playing.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't no excuse. It just came down to they were just a better team, had the better coach. They were just better.
You think Bud gonna get another job in the NBA, or you think his time is done?
I mean, probably not a head coach, but he probably gonna
Be on
find
somebody bench.
somebody's staff. Yeah,
I think so too. I think
because just the jobs that's available, I don't think Bud fit the criteria. I kept seeing somewhere on Twitter they was thinking a swap for Nick Nurse for
I saw
Bud.
that shit. Yeah, I think Nick Nurse would be a good
Yeah, for the
coach
Bucks,
for the Bucks.
but for the Raptors, don't it won't make sense.
I don't think it would make sense for the Raptors either, just because Nick Nurse is a way better coach than
Way
them.
better coach,
And I just
and it
think,
fit the system.
yeah, any fit, yeah, he definitely was the perfect embodiment of the system. He was there when they won championship one. Yeah,
Yeah,
he definitely been holding that same. He get the most out of those guys. He been with them
that's
since
what I'm
they
saying. Even
came
though he
in,
gonna still do that with the Bucks, but I'm just saying in the from the Raptors
and
organization,
that's why
do
I'm,
I
yeah.
really want to swap Bud for Nick Nurse?
I mean, Nick Nurse already out of there, so
Well,
you need a coach.
but is he going?
I don't think
Because
he
he
the
not gonna get the
replacement.
most out of this current constructed roster.
I
Even if they do make a little bit of tweaks, which
mm-hmm,
they only can do. You know, what I'm saying
yeah,
it's only so much the Raptors can improve
right.
their roster with. So with the roster they got, they gonna do the same thing they did this season.
I think so too. I think I don't know if it's any other coaches that's just it may be assistant coaches that you know what I'm saying we're not talking about that's probably get head coach interviews, but I don't think Bud probably would coach like head coach like you said in this league no more just because the
Because
coaching pool is getting good.
I was
It's
just finna,
getting
not to
good.
cut you off. I was gonna say, if I'm the Raptors, I'm looking at Mike D'Antoni before
You like him?
Mike Bud.
You like Mike D'Antoni with the Raptors? Why that?
I
Why am I?
think he can implement some type of structured offense where they can, cause they already gonna be there defensively, cause they got
Mm-hmm.
the tools and stuff. It just that's been a thing, lacking offense, put up points, and I think that he'll create a good flowing system where it gonna open up for Pascal, like get his best players, get the most out of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Offense with Nick Nurse, he gonna get the most out of him, but I feel like that's effort wise
Yeah,
instead of like the offensive standpoint, like put him in the best like X's and O's type of. And that's why I think Mac D'Antoni, because you seen how he was with James Harden, you seen how when he was on the staff with Steve Nash, and we know the type of coach Steve Nash is.
but that's the thing. They don't got one of those guys though. A Steve Nash, a James Harden, a Kawhi Leonard. When Nick Nurse was there and they won, it looked so good. They don't got that guy, and that's what they've been missing this whole time. Pascal can't be the guy, and I think Nick Nurse. You know what I'm saying? Nick Nurse, he was tired of his time there. You know what I'm saying? He been having some comments about the team since he left. You know, like I said, them his guys. He been there since he started head coaching. That group has been with him, so like he definitely messed with him. But he just know like that's not a team that I can coach to win a championship with
Yeah,
because it's just not possible. You
but
can't do it with Pascal. It's the one option.
Mike D'Antoni can't win a championship with this constructed roster, but I'm saying it would be a better
Better
than
system.
Mike Bud.
Oh yeah, definitely be
And you know
better
what I'm
than
saying,
Mike
if they serious,
Budenholzer.
because that's a, once again, that's you got to have a foundation. That's a good foundation to
It
start
is
with.
a great found. That's a great found. You got Scotty, who's what? This is second year. You
Third,
got
second year, second,
this is
third
you
year,
just played his second year. That's great. You got you still got Pascal. You can
and
trade or keep him.
you can trade to keep
Mm-hmm.
Watanabe,
Van
Gary.
Vliet,
I've been
Gary
seeing
Trent.
they ain't trying to bring back Gary Trent. I've been
Damn,
seeing
they
it.
not.
Well, that
That'd
would
be a
be good for still for somebody in
that'd be a steal for a nice
well, I
contender
don't know about
team.
it still because he might be ask for my little pricey.
Niggas ain't gonna pay him that. If the Raptors don't want to pay him that much, niggas not gonna pay him
What he getting?
20.
What 2 year, 13 mil?
Nah, hell no. Nah. Gary Trent probably gonna be getting like 228,
228. Oh,
14 mil
two.
a
Okay,
year.
okay. I was
He
saying,
like a
damn, two
14.
twenty
He
eight.
like
That's
a
Bradley Beal numbers.
boy. Hell no. Nah. He like one of those type of guys. He a nice role player. He probably gonna get like 12 to
And he
15.
a good contributor.
Yeah, I think that would be a steal if a contending team, if a Phoenix Suns team could get him, a Warriors, a Heat, any contended team would love a Gary Trent, and I know he
I'm
would.
finna say the Bucks would have loved for
A
Gary Trent in
Gary
that
Trent,
series,
damn,
and
speak.
that's good. Since leading into that, since we
That's crazy.
got that out the way with the Bud, that just lead us into our next thing we're gonna talk about is the Heat and Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
The team that basically just put Bud out of a job,
Yeah,
but the Heat just put Bud out of a job, making the Bucks go in shambles over there. But Game 3 was I can't say if it's a good game because we was watching this game pretty much together the whole game, and the only reason why it wasn't a good game, the Miami Heat won is the
they won
series.
fair, yeah, fair and
It was
square
2-1. The series is 2-1, and the Heat are home going into Game 4, so
on Monday.
they got home court advantage right now. And in that game 3 win that he had, it just seemed like they just had control over the game, the whole game. And I kept saying to myself, like, they was going on a run. And I would look up, like, the Knicks would finally score again. And I would look at the score. And I'd be like, damn, they only down 8.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they
They was
only
always
down 10. Damn, they right there. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like, bro, the Knicks really right there. I kept saying that. I was like, bro, they right there. They just need to go on, like, one run. And they finally went on one where it was kind of too late. They went on one in the fourth quarter. I said that, too. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I had my little parlay going on. Needed Jalen Brunson to make it. Hey, shout out to Jalen. But they went on like a 10-0 run late, like in the fourth quarter, where they had to put Jimmy back in
Mm-hmm.
and they had to put their starters in. I was like, here we go. If they can get a stop, go down there and score a point, take it down under single digits, and then like 3 to 4 minutes left, you could come back from that. But nope, Jimmy Butler got right back in. Spo said, "No, we need you." Jimmy came in, he did Jimmy things, and we're gonna talk about Jimmy later, I'm sure. I am for sure. But Jimmy has been carrying this Heat team this whole playoff run, and everybody on the Heat deserve credit from player 1, which is Jimmy, to player like 12, because that's how many guys they done played so far, like 13 guys realistically.
The Cody Zellers of the world,
The
the
Cody
Max
Zellers,
Struces, the Gabe Vincents,
what's his name, Hayward Highsmith,
Caleb Martins.
all these guys, Cal Lowry, who we thought was done, and we just seeing all these guys just step up.
And I ain't gonna lie, game 3 was kind of like the needle remover for me, like in terms of the Miami Heat definitely gonna win the series now after watching that game 3.
Now you
No, I'm
understand.
just saying because it was more so how they won than more so than winning by 20. Because
Mm-hmm.
like as you said, like we was watching the game and it wasn't just like the Knicks was out of it, but I just felt like that was way more suffocating to watch because the Heat was basically just okay, we just gonna keep you here. Like they were basically just, in boxing, they just giving you a jab to keep you like, what I'm saying, out of our way.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all that he was doing. They was up 20. Yeah, Knicks going to run, probably cut it down to 12, 10, go back up 16. They'll cut it back down to about 10 again, go back up 13 points. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping them right there. And I just feel like that's way more demoralizing just being because like you trying your hardest, you think you right there and you finna get over that hump.
Mm-hmm.
And they just steady.
And that
You know what I'm
literally
saying? They just playing with you,
That's
like just
literally
pulling
what
that rope.
that's what that showed me when Spoelstra put Jimmy in the last few minutes, because he's like, no, we can't lose this game. And literally, what I said last episode, Jimmy is the medicine. He's the melatonin. He is what every doctor recommends. He put him in that game, and literally he made that shot right after the timeout, and it just sucked all the soul out of Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, because it was just like, bro,
With that step back on
that
the left wing.
yes, it's just like how he make that. That was good defense, and now we got to go score on a set defense where we could have had it on transition or something. And I just feel like that is demoralizing, because they did play their hearts out trying to
Mm-hmm.
win. It wasn't like they stopped playing or
And it
nothing.
just like the Knicks, even though the Knicks didn't shoot particularly well,
Mm-hmm.
the Heat, I don't think the Heat just shot particularly well. They just made timely shots, and they
Yeah,
were just
because
getting stops. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it came down to. The Heat one, I mean, the Knicks weren't making shots, and the Heat weren't making shots, but they were just making more shots than the Knicks was making. But after
yeah,
watching that game, I
yeah.
don't think the Knicks can win. Gonna steal a game on the Heat floor
I don't
after
either.
watching that game. So I think they're gonna go back into the Garden down 3-1, in which they'll probably win Game 5, but series is gonna be over in 6. Like you said, I gotta give them credit on that. Like just watching Game 3, even though it is 3 games in, and you know what I'm saying, it's still a Game 4, and they can steal one, but it just more so how they lost than more so that they lost. Cause they could have lost and it could have been like in a prettier fashion. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? A more satisfying fashion, a more encouraging fashion. But you know what I'm saying? Like we've been stating, Jimmy just sucked the life out of him, just playing with him. Really just keeping his foot on their neck. You seen him over there spinning the ball on his
yeah.
finger,
Basically just trolling them.
just trolling them the
When
whole time. He over there.
Obi Toppin, he had stepped out of bounds. That man, him and Kevin Love wiped it over. He just stepped that. They just trolling them because they know Jimmy know, like, the Heat know they could beat this team.
And I just feel like he been through more battles.
Yeah, they have. They definitely battle tested. They just got out of one. They just got out of one where they
Yeah,
man.
literally. That's what I'm saying. Had nobody unexpected that. They just got out of that battle. They're going to, even though the Knicks is a good physical team and all that, but they just not tested.
They
You know what I'm
not.
saying? Well, that group together
Mm-hmm.
not tested, and they never been past the first round
Yeah.
in a long time. So what I'm saying, they not tested for real. And the Heat with Spo, Tibbs is a good coach, but Spo just different. He
Mm-hmm.
probably the best coach we ran in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he definitely is. Got to be Spo on everything he done. What
His
he did,
resume,
yeah,
you know what I'm
from
saying?
a long time ago to now, he still is a damn good coach. He ain't even won no ring in a long time, but we still know.
And this him getting minimum production from Bam. And Bam, boy, Bam. I seen it's a couple plays that I can recall when you were just blowing layups. You went down, did a fake euro. I don't know if he went over the left or his right, and he just missed everything on the rim. Went in the shot clock violation. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. You said, yeah, I do remember the play vividly. You set the screen, Bam. Since you don't remember, you set the screen. They got you a nice little pass. Bam, it's it's what 3-on-2 at this point or 4-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, just shoot the layup. Just go
Or
shoot the
dunk
layup.
it.
Yeah, go dunk it. This man, like he said, tried to do a fake Euro step, shot it with both hands, and hit nothing
Number
but backboard.
backboard.
And I'm like, bro, no way he just shot that in the NBA
Trash.
playoff game. He had been playing like trash, but he gave us some rebounds last game. He gave us over 10 finally.
Yeah, about
But
time.
you can expect that though because like by that series, you know it's gonna be a shit ton of misses. It's gonna be a lot of misses. Everybody walking out there with like 8+ rebounds. They just show you how many times niggas missing.
And we've been just raving about the Heat, but the Knicks just need to do better too. It's like
Mm-hmm.
nobody had Josh Hart was their second leading scorer last game. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a good sign.
You
Even
know what
though
I'm saying?
Josh Hart is a good player.
He a good player, but that's not winning formula.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He had 86 points. They ain't gonna cut it. Nah, Julius Randle,
what do you have?
10 points. I forgot to mention. I'm glad I looked this up
I
because
thought Josh Hart had 15, didn't he though?
yeah, he was the second most points. Julius
Mm.
Randle had 10 points.
Yeah, you ran at 10 points. He ain't do nothing.
At all. 4 for 15, 0 for 5 from 3. And Julius Randle had 4 turnovers.
How many rebounds?
He had 14.
Okay, so I'm finna say long. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Randall, that's you'll make up for that if as long as you was rebounding. You did. If you ain't do that, then I definitely would have been on your head. But I'm gonna give you a pass since you had 14 rebounds because you tried to affect the game in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because rebounding is definitely one of the three ways that can swing either you win or lose a series or win or lose a game. Rebounding, turnovers, and free throws. Those three things can win you or lose you a series/game.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, he did that even though he couldn't get a shot going, falling, which is understandable. It's playoffs. You got to get it out the mud. But you know what I'm saying? You got to at least get to the free. How many times you get to the free throw line?
I think he only got like 5 times. Jalen Brunson was the only one who had went for a major part of the game.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he was
saying?
2 for 5. Yeah,
Who Julius Randle?
Julius
You know what I'm
Randle,
saying? You got to at least get to push that up to get the drive and stop settling for threes. He was 0-5 from
0 for
3.
5 from 3.
You got same amount of 3 points as free throws. So
Yeah,
he went to the line twice.
yeah, probably like and one or something.
Yeah, and one or technical or something.
Yeah, I think it was a tick.
Yeah, so Knicks just need to do better in
They
game
do.
4.
I think they play. I think they'll play better, but I still think the Heat
Going,
gonna win at home. Yeah, because
I'm
they
looking,
know it's at stake.
and I hoping for more of a closer game. I'm just looking for playoff basketball. Last game wasn't playoff basketball. That was a
Mm-mm.
regular season feel, a regular season aura to it. One looking for it. I want to hear for it.
Yeah,
Looking forward to game 4 on Monday though.
I am too. I got Heat.
Next series we got the Suns and Nuggets.
You don't want to stay East this time. You want to go straight to the West.
Yeah, we can go. We can stay east. We can
Yeah,
stay
you know what
east.
I'm saying. We gotta say the best for last, the West for last. You know what I'm saying. That's the best. But we gonna get the East out the way.
Because we're looking like this series might be over too.
It's definitely looking like it because I didn't expect Boston to go into on Joel getting his MVP trophy, his PJ Tucker birthday, all this
And I
shit
feel
going.
like Joel content with that. Like,
That's the MVP.
yeah, that's the MVP. When he got that, he don't really care.
I think so too. I feel
You
like,
can get that vibe from him.
and I mean this Sixers team is just I be ready. I'll Celtics are a good team, but the Sixers we always say that they can match up with the Celtics, and I feel like they can. But what they showing us, what they showed us after game one, which only reason they won in game one because James Harden dropped a 45 piece, which I'm talking about him later because man, you boy, I'm on you. But even getting Joel Embiid back, they lost the next 2 games, and Embiid even though he had 30 last game. it was just at spurt. Like he didn't look dominant like just all throughout.
And that's why I said like even though they don't got no answer for Joel, and I know he hurt. That's why I said like I think it was our first video when we were discussing the plan,
Mm-hmm.
like the playoff standings, and I was like the if I'm the 76ers, I would rather much play the Bucks
Mm-hmm.
in the second round than the Celtics because you know what I'm saying, they favor each other. You know, because the Celtics they the Celtics and that's a bad matchup for the 76ers
Yeah.
because you know they more perimeter oriented than inside. You know what I'm saying, which is the Bucks, they more inside than perimeter. Which they, you know what I'm saying, which they'll be more of a even matchup for each other because they both trying to do the same thing. They best player is halfback dive. You know what I'm saying, we're gonna run a halfback dive for Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And for the 76, our best player, we finna spam pick and roll and try to give them to him at that high post or something.
I feel like 76ers, they really showing us they true colors
Yeah, they don't have a diverse attack.
from head to toe. And then from head to toe, I mean from the head coach to the last nigga playing. It's just because it's just one game. You never know who else is gonna play good with the 76ers. You never know.
I ain't gonna lie, outside of Maxi and PJ Tucker, them the only two people that you know are gonna play hard.
Yeah.
Even though they might not make shots,
Yeah, PJ Tucker, you
but
definitely know
you
what
know
you're
what I'm
getting
saying,
from.
Tyrese Maxey gonna play hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is they be like
It's hit or miss,
Tobias
yeah.
Harris. Well, I can't. We already know what he was gonna give you, so I'm not surprised about this. This Tobias Harris, he he robbed them.
He did rob him, but 7 points and 4 rebounds is crazy. D'Anthony Melton though, he been a big piece out there. He been one of their best players, and he coming off the bench.
I said that was their third best player this series.
Yeah, like you said, Tyrese Maxey, he didn't shoot the ball well last game. He was 4 for 16, but he definitely gave some good defense. He had 2 blocks. Yeah, I remember Tyrese Maxey. He definitely one of those hard players.
All right,
He
he gonna
just
play
young. He
hard. Yeah,
hungry. Yeah,
you know what I'm
he
saying. He young and
hungry.
hungry. Yeah, that's why I say he wanted.
He
He gonna
wanted it.
cuss out James Harden. He gonna get on James
He wanted
Harden.
it. Yeah.
And and that's I respect it.
And since we got to James Harden, my boy, I know OJ, you a James Harden fan, just with him. I gotta talk my stuff right quick. I didn't say this to you when we was in the car. I gotta talk my stuff. 45 points, 3 turnovers, 17 of 30, shot 7 of 14, 50% from the three in game one. So in one game, he had 45, 3 turnovers, shot that good. Game two and game three, you scored 28 points, 5 turnovers. You shot 28 times and made 5 of them. And you shot 13 threes and made 2. Now, James Harden, I don't know what's been happening with this dude. I don't know how he just like the drop off be so massive like that.
You know what I'm saying, 5 shots in 2 games, making 5 made shot attempts in 2 games.
Yeah, I'm not even tripping about you if you was to have a bad game. But it's just like how are you not putting the ball in the basket at all? You just did it 17 times. If you can't do 5 times in 2 games, so that means you made 3 and 2 shots. That's trash. Y'all are not gonna win a playoff series, let
Let
alone
alone
a
a title.
championship playing like that. And if you don't think you can like he got I feel like he just gotta come out and like tell the team or tell whoever, yo, I don't think I you know what I'm saying, I don't think I can score like that. Or say something. Because obviously they looking at him to be a scorer. You know what I'm saying? He be having open looks. They want him to shoot the ball.
76 lose this series, they blowing it up.
I think blowing it up as in like getting Harden out of there.
They blowing it up.
The pro-
Doc going? Is Harden gonna be there?
And B gonna be there, so I'm gonna give you and B gonna be there for sure. Process. Maxie gonna be there. Tobias gonna be there. Contract. PJ still gonna be there. They gonna have the same team.
Is Harden going and Doc gonna be there?
I don't think so. I think they move on. I don't know who they will pick up. I think they move on from both of them guys because this Harden been there for 2 playoffs. This is the second playoff run,
Mm-hmm.
and
And they
last
still ain't got past the second round yet. They haven't. They don't even know what it's like to
go to a
a
conference
conference
finals.
finals.
But they playing like they have been. Like they just got this conference finals pedigree. Like they not. It don't seem like they just hungry. Like they just want it. It just seemed like the Celtics last game in particular. Jason Tatum, he had a better game. He finally had like a close to 30-point game. Jaylen Brown, he had a good game. But it's just the other people that they got each. Al Horford turned into a shooter out of nowhere. Malcolm Brogdon is a great bench piece. He'll give you 20 points off the bench. He's so reliable. Marcus Smart is just steady. Derek White, when they need him to knock down the three-hole defense, he's gonna do that. Grant Williams ain't played in the whole first series. They put him in. He on good D on Embiid
And
getting curb stomped.
I was just gonna say
He
putting his life on the line.
getting curb stomped. He gonna have to need stitches after the game, but he putting it all on the line. And it's just like this Celtics team, they just look like in that game 3 on the road after Embiid
It
got the
was
trophy.
definitely a statement.
That was a statement game. And I think Philly got to come out and make a statement.
You know what I'm saying? Match that intensity, especially on their home floor. They can't go out. They can't go out like that.
No. Because you do that, then you on your home court. You got to go back to they. You can't do that. Then it's definitely a blow up. You just saw what happened to the Bucks. That's definitely a blow up. That's definitely a blow up. But I think we should. I think I expect
A better game for we can actually come on in a few.
Yeah, like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think Joel Embiid gonna bounce back with about 30 though. 30, 35
It
points.
really ain't. I know we know what Joel. This is what the other people gonna do.
James Harden.
What the baby gonna do?
Damn, that is a good question because I can't even just confidently say I think anybody else just gonna have a good game. I can't even say that confidently. I just got to see whoever have it, just like okay, he having a good game type shit. I can't. They team is so unpredictable. You can't call it. You don't know who it's gonna be. Maybe Tobias having a out of body experience with 20 points one game. Maybe Tyrese who coming
And
out
with right
alive.
now, I think the position they in, they looking for out of body experience out of somebody.
They need it. They desperate for it. They
Yeah.
tried to get that shit out of George Niang last game, making them threes. Thought he was slick. They tried to, but George
Ride
Niang.
them till they could no more.
Well, them niggas was they could not score the ball, and the only person who was getting buckets for like 4 minutes was George Niang. I was like, no way this is happening right now. Oh, you was at work that game, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was watching. Yeah, I was just like, bro, no way, George Niang is literally shooting shots like he the one option on his team. But when you desperate time come for desperate matches, desperate time come for desperate matches. So I expect a good one. I expect him to play desperate.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Now we can finally go to the West. We can start off with the Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are up 2-1. The Suns won game 3 after a great game from Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I think Booker finished with
47.
Damn.
20 or 25.
Damn.
But I was seeing people on Twitter talking about KD played bad. I said imagine you playing bad and having 39, 9, and 8. You know what I'm saying? Made shots don't dictate you playing good or bad.
And that's what I took from that game. I was like, KD gonna keep shooting.
Yeah, and I'm glad it wasn't even that he was shooting, it was he driving. And what was the thing I said in the last video that I said they need to do? Like, you know what I'm saying, from game 2 to game 3.
Hell yeah.
Put more pressure on the rim.
rim.
Because they don't have no rim protection. That's one of the key things that they did. Another thing is like and I think one thing that Munch needs to do to put KD in a better position where he can be more efficient, even though he is missing some bunnies and some easy ones that he usually make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to put him in some Iverson cuts. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know at home, Iverson cut is, you got two people at the wing. KD coming from the wing. You come off a screen right there. You gonna Iverson cut. If you play it, you can come back up, catch it. Basically, you just need to get KD opportunities to play off the catch instead of him having the ball in his hands and playing against somebody who's already at the elbow, who's at the line to help, and somebody who's defending you. You know what I'm saying? Let them play off the catch. They ran a couple 77 actions. You know what I'm saying, where they came off a double drag and they was successful like that. And that's Phoenix Suns basketball. You know what I'm saying? Playing .5 basketball. You catch it, you catch it, make a quick decision out that. And that's really what's the key to game 3, and which really why I said it wasn't really concerned, because it was some videos I was seeing on Twitter. I wish I could show y'all, but it was some videos of Landry Shamet of some talking about his scrutiny, and it was like he been wearing down Jamal Murray, because it was like 3 clips. It was like they was going Jamal Murray was getting hounded by him on the offensive end, defensive end, like they was playing .5 basketball, you know what I'm saying, moving it around and attacking, making them play off closeouts instead of making them play off the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying, which is easier. And that's the biggest adjustment, because it was a couple times where Jamal Murray, they'll call a timeout or he'll get caught lacking, you know what I'm saying, doing that. And I just think that's better, because they've been playing those same 8 guys, those heavy minutes. In game 3, TJ Warren was huge off the bench. Uh, Jock Landale. Another thing I said when they need to go five, Jock Landale need to be the person that we need to counteract that with. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And Monty made that adjustment. That's a huge adjustment. To give you a better option off the pick and roll once they double.
Mm-hmm.
The double coming can make plays out of that. And but it was a good game overall. You know what I'm saying? Denver played good. That's why I was like, you got to give Phoenix credit with this win. They won this game. Jokic had 30, 17, and 17. Jamal Murray had 32, and Michael Porter Jr. had 21. So you know what I'm saying? Your top three guys came and gave you they regular production and then some. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that was my main takeaway from game. I think that was game two, or yeah, game two or game one. I was whoever two stars are playing are gonna be the best. That's who's gonna win. Jokic had an amazing game, 30, 17, and 17.
it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
17
Most times,
assists.
9 times out of 10, you
They
win
win in
though.
that
You know
game,
what I'm
and you
saying?
win in that game convincingly. And Jamal Murray, like I said, dropped 32. But when a guy,
And your third best player gave you 21.
when you got your main guy on the other team, you going 47, and then KD
Giving
giving
you
you damn
39.
near giving you damn near 40. It's gonna be hard to beat that. They both of these dudes, both of those duos scored more than half of 18 points that game,
Hmm.
and that's how I expect it to be. That's
And
how I
that's what
expect
I expected it to be.
that series like this series to go. Is just who stars are gonna be better down the stretch, who stars are gonna make the most winning plays. Whoever stars play better, that's who's gonna win. Whoever two, that's why I call Jamal Murray and Jokic. That's they duo. They gotta play good. They gotta play good. And then Devin Booker and KD, they gotta play good to win. So it may not just be the scoring, but if somebody like that, like the Jokic game, like that's a game where 9 times out of 10 you see that stat line before even clicking to the next team page. You like, damn, they won that game.
Yeah, facts.
But then you look over and you see a nigga drop 47, and you go down two more names, you see 39, and it's like, damn, I see how they
A
lost.
lot of high level ball on
A
display
lot
that
of
day,
it.
you know what I'm saying?
And I'm
Like
glad KD, like I was watching this game, and I was glad KD didn't get
discouraged.
discouraged
Yeah,
with his
like he
shot.
usually do. Cause that's what he said the post game interview. He was like he really be missing shots because you know how when you used to come and watch me work out and I be missing shots and I get the, you know what I'm saying, get in my head.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's how he be more mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see that from his body language after
Yeah.
every missed shot
He
because he
said
is
he
the
don't do that
efficiency
no more.
king.
Yeah.
But
But that's what I like about last game though, because he just threw that out the window, and I loved it
and
because
yeah, because that's the point. You know what I'm saying? As a superstar in the playoffs, it's not about you got to get it out the mud.
he didn't care.
You got to get it out
He
the
was gonna
mud.
keep shooting
As
because
long as he got to that 35-point mark, that's what I said. KD got to be at. It don't matter if you making shots or not. You got to get to that mark.
somehow, yeah.
Like Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? Like even though you don't shoot well, you got to get to that line, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a certain as your best player or your second best player on your team that you getting relied on to score these points. You gonna have to do that. You got
You're
to
gonna have
contribute
to.
in some way. You know what I'm saying? Your shot not falling, your 3-point shot not falling. Man, you better turn it to Giannis, Shaquille O'Neal or something to get the drawing fouls. You gotta score points. You don't have to put the ball in the basket, but you gotta score points.
I like that. I think game four is
Going for it
tonight.
and tonight.
There'll be a good game for who you thinking the Suns gonna
Yeah,
win it?
the Suns gonna
Just
even
early
it up.
predict, just early. You know what I'm saying? Early,
Because
just
I feel like it could have as easily as it is 2-1 Denver, it could have been 2-1 Phoenix if Chris Paul didn't get hurt in game two.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I as I was saying from the game two to game three with campaign with that transition, campaign had 7 points, but his impact was felt watching the game,
Mm-hmm.
pushing the pace. You know what I'm saying? Which making Denver have to play, you know what I'm saying, more up and down, making him be more of a spot up threat than CP is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And us just playing point five basketball. That's Phoenix Sun basketball when you can catch the ball and make quick split decisions where you get everybody else to react. You move, you catch it, you run the action from one side, swing it to the low end to the help man to make him come and help and play out of that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making them play pick and roll in the stationary help. Because if you playing pick and roll, whoever holding the man in the corner, they can just really just sit at the block.
Mm-hmm.
But but if you run a 77 action, come off that double drag, you know what I'm saying? You got KD off that last drag, you're gonna have to stay attached to him. Or you can go into a ball screen, you know what I'm saying? You shut that double now. Now you playing 2-on-1 basketball. In which Aiden, you had a couple of those last game. You gotta dunk those. You gotta be a man. You got to be a man in this series. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we that's the biggest elephant in the room.
Yeah, you got to be a man. It was
Biggest
one time in
elephant.
the first half against Jamal Murray, and it was the second time. No, it was first half against Michael Porter going this way. Then it was second half against Jamal Murray. You should have put him in the rim. You know what I'm saying? He talking about he off a Tesla got a
Tesla
Tesla battery.
battery, yeah.
Nigga, you don't want no Tesla, bro. A Tesla is nothing but a phone. You gotta charge your car. Man, come on, bro.
And then DeAndre Ayton, I expected a little bit
So
more for him.
a little bit of more, like that's why you don't
Just
have
a
to
little
give us
bit.
18
Yeah,
and
just a
12.
little bit more.
As like I just said with KD, you got to get to that plateau with DeAndre Ayton. You got at some point you got to give a 12 or 10. That got to be like your standard.
Yeah, because 4 point and under 10 rebounds, not cutting it,
That's not
bro.
gonna
That's
cut
not
it.
gonna cut it. You gotta do better. You gotta do more than that. That's why I said you ain't gotta play just great, but a little better. If you would had, you know what I'm saying, if you had 12 and 10 last game, though y'all won, it would have been a more convincing game. You just didn't
Definitely would have been more convincing because you didn't hold up on his end.
at
But
all.
I'm saying I'm looking for a bounce back game and from that, so that's why I'm a little bit more encouraged. And I'm thinking campaign not gonna shoot 1 for 5 again. I'm thinking Jamal Murray not gonna give them 32 again, which they gonna try to keep him more at bay. Like I said, you got to keep Jamal under 28 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You keep him if even if he get right at 28, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Getting 30, 32, 34, 36s. That ain't gonna work because you know what I'm saying. Jokic gonna get his. I'm not worried about Jokic. Jokic is a superstar. You know what I'm saying. He not you know.
Mm-hmm.
I am Jokic gonna be Jokic. You just say everybody else. Michael Porter Jr. keep him at bay this game.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray keep him at bay. T.J. Warren. I'm just looking for more burn out of him this game. You know what I'm saying? He missed that first three. Came down and hit the two next threes next shots to seal the game. The three in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Came down, hit the floater. You know what I'm saying? Which I already knew that he can do that. That's why I said Monty just need to. He didn't have a full time to integrate his players, so that's why he felt like he can't trust them. But he got hoopers and he got a squad, man. You got to know how to utilize them. Like a coach can't give you confidence, but a coach can take away confidence, and you taking away their confidence by not trusting in them. You know what I'm saying? Because TJ and they can definitely help us, and they showed that last game. Looking for more minutes. Landry Shamet, I'm gonna give him a pass this game because he was hounding Jamal on the defensive end. Granted, he did have 32, but you know what I'm saying. If you go back and watch the game, you just see how we were just wearing them down through the course of the game, playing our style of basketball, and this is what I expected. You know, high level basketball is at its finest in this series right here. Shot making is at the apex. So if you want to know what the definition of high level basketball, tune in to the Suns and the Denver Nuggets game tonight, game 4. I know it's gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward
Watch these
to it.
niggas go out there and have stinkers. All of them niggas. Watch all of them just come out there and just play bad because he said that. You gonna be like, bruh.
And it's still gonna be high. That's still high level basketball because if you miss your shots, that means the game's gonna be closer. You're gonna be more physical, more defense oriented. So the points you make, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why every possession count.
Hell
Cause like
yeah. But you may see this nigga Jokic just making bullshit turnovers and shit. Just you know what I'm saying? You know how I be watching Jokic. Jokic shot not going, the team not playing completely good. He trying to push the pace.
man, I
Trying to
hope you do that this game.
I know you do. I know you praying for it. But last series we got so far, for let's say it's only 4 series, which is really crazy. But the last one, got the Warriors, my Warriors versus the Lakers. The Lakers 2-1, up 2-1. They had took home court advantage in game one. Uh, we won game two, and then we on the game three. Game three, we was watching this game all together, and I mean they went out on this run. They started the game off on a run, and I wasn't tripping in the first quarter. Second quarter came, we went on our run. And I was just like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying. I expect them to do that, and I expected the Lakers once they put what quarter was that? And I said once they had LeBron and AD playing that whole quarter, I knew they were
I
finna.
was no 80 played the whole first, and
Mm-hmm.
then I think it was the whole third. It was the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
third.
and I expected them to go on that run. You know what I'm saying? That run and end off the third quarter because we was like that in game one. You know what I'm saying? I knew they were gonna be gas, which they was done. Like if that's why we would have kept the game a little closer. We definitely could have made that game more manageable in the fourth. It
Yeah,
just
yeah, y'all didn't do y'all job the first 3 quarters.
yeah at all, and I just think we played too lackadaisical. I feel like we play like you know what I'm saying, this game like this wasn't the playoff game. Wasn't the I couldn't feel the same sense of urgency from none of those guys. Draymond, after having a great game, you know what I'm saying. I know you ain't just gonna guard AD great all series, but like Draymond, you can't just be in foul trouble all game. Like that's hurting us for like the Warriors, like for our game plan. We already down Looney because he's sick. He can't play the whole time, and y'all both can't play together. So one of y'all gonna have to be on. He can't play all these minutes. You can't be in foul trouble because we don't want to put Michael Green on him. No disrespect. Y'all boys was just in LA just talking shit yesterday. I like, bro, on the bench talk. Y'all both got a tech
On demon
just
time. They was on
on
that.
bad timing. Steph, I'm looking for a Steph game for masterclass. Like I said, I'm not really still concerned yet, just because like I said with the Warriors, you seen a lot of situations. Like being a fan of the Warriors, you seen them dudes come out of some tough battles, and like we was in the same situation last year, going playing the Celtics. They stole game one when they had that amazing fourth quarter, beat us by 18, I think 16 in the fourth. Game two we won at home, so they got home court advantage. Won game three on their home court convincingly, like the Lakers did yesterday. Steph Curry came out game four and never looked back. The Boston Celtics couldn't sniff another win. And I feel like that's why they just keep giving me confidence because we done played so many different like great teams that I know what we can do. Last game, it was I'm not really tripping because that was just a perfect Laker game. They shot better. They made more threes than us, made more free throws, and we turned the ball over more. We was gonna lose that game. That was a perfect game for the Lakers. And now I'm confident that the Warriors they gonna bounce back going into next game. I don't think Draymond gonna have 4 fouls in the first half because that's crazy.
Yeah, that definitely
You
is
just running
crazy.
around fouling. That's crazy. It's crazy. And I just feel like this is gonna be a good series. This is gonna be a good series. It's definitely not over yet. Not worried yet because, like I said, the Warriors can't never count them out.
Yeah, you right.
But hold on, my fault. Got to give credit to the Lakers though, because like I said, they did play a
I said
perfect
definitely got to
game.
give credit
Yeah,
to
I didn't even.
Lakers.
You know, I had to get my bad with the Warriors, but Lakers they played a great game. The adjustment that Darvin Ham made, putting Jared Vanderbilt on Jermichael Green and letting Austin Reeves guard Steph was incredible. Just for the fact that when Jared Vanderbilt was holding Steph, he was getting switched off from whoever was switched, like setting that screen.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like you setting Austin on Steph, where we got his help. You know what I'm saying? We got his help. So it ain't like he just gonna take him 1-on-1. But then once he called for the screen,
What's his? Keep going. What you
like
saying?
once they called for the screen, Jared Vanderbilt, instead of like AD helping off Jermichael Green, is Jared Vanderbilt just staying on Jermichael Green, and now AD and Austin Reeves got Steph.
I
Like,
was just gonna say that. 'Cause I was gonna say more. So I think they was the game plan, but to go more in depth, I just think to make Steph play inside 3 point line.
yeah,
You know, sell out on the three. Don't give them nothing above the three. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? Just make them drive it. Send them to AD. You know what I'm saying? Which they were disciplined and executed the whole
They
game.
did, yeah.
And why I think this series from the beginning was said it was going 7 games because they're even, but in different ways. You got a traditional '90s style type of team in the Lakers who want to play inside out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They inside dominant team. They a paint dominant team. Then you got the Warriors who's more perimeter oriented. You know what I'm saying? They could kill you from the perimeter, kill you from the outside. You know what I'm saying? No two styles colliding right now. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You see, that's why they fit because they game like watching their games be kind of like they be having a weird feel to it.
The Warriors and the Lakers.
Yeah.
I do. I know what you're talking about.
Cause like it don't be feeling like the crowds don't really be into it. Like it don't be feeling like a playoff game,
Mm-hmm.
but it be feeling like a playoff game at the same time.
I know what you. I definitely feel what you're saying because when we was at home, I really no like even last game like when AD was going, he had a good game. He
You know
got
what I'm
off
saying?
the court
You know what I'm
and
saying?
niggas weren't even cheering. Like it definitely was like
Like it don't have that feel to it.
I just feel like both like I don't know. I guess when you go to the game, you just like so anxious for your team winning or losing type shit. Like you
But
just gotta make sure you. I don't
but that's
know
why I say it's outside of the Suns in the Denver Nuggets series. Every playoff crowd been like that so far in every game,
really.
except for the Heat and Knicks last game, like yesterday.
That was a good
That
game.
was that and that was a good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a
The
playoff
crowd, yeah,
crowd.
that was a good
You know what
crowd.
I'm saying? Had that feel to it. The 76ers and Celtics they on because in game one they went into it.
Mm-hmm.
Game two they went into it because they got blown. You know what I'm saying? Blown them out. Game three, 76ers crowd went into it because they
Mm-hmm.
saying got swept. I mean, what didn't got swept, but walked off the floor. Game one, the Warriors didn't really have that feel to it. Game two, it was a little bit better, but not to y'all standard.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really have that feel. Game three definitely didn't have that feel to it.
Who played it? Oh yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully the crowds do be better. That's the main. That's a big part of the
A
playoffs. That
big
home
part of the
court
playoffs, you know
advantage.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a big part of it. You want? I don't want to. I want to hear that.
You got
That
to be loud, like, and
defense.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the epitome of high level basketball, because like to make pressure shots. I mean, to make shots under that type of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
like that's great. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have that feel. That's why I say the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. If y'all want to watch high level ball, like from top to bottom, from shot making to the crowds being into it, watch that series. That's one of the ones for real. You got anything else on the
Nah, Warriors in 6.
like that? So our last topic we're gonna be talking about,
The
well,
who's
since we following off all these game threes in the semis,
mm-hmm.
who been the best player in the finals playoffs so far in the postseason?
I mean, I think it's really only one answer, really,
Who?
and that's Jimmy Hemi playoff buckets, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
Jimmy averaged 34 points,
Mm-hmm.
6 boards, and 4 assists in 7 playoff games. He is 5-2. He only lost 2 games so far in the playoffs as the AC. Jimmy Butler has been doing some amazing things. You know what I'm saying? 50-point games, clutch game winners, game tying game, game clinching game. And it's just Jimmy Butler. He's just doing really it all, like including what he's doing on the defensive end that I didn't even mention. You know, he giving it all defensively too, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
just
two way.
just the way that he is rising, like raising this Heat team because of what they got, and he just making this team actually look like they can go, like they can actually be a finals or a conference finals team. Nobody would have thought that when they, you know what I'm
Man, they
saying,
had to win two playoff playing
playing game,
games. Yeah.
yeah. And they lost to the Hawks, and I don't think nobody like saw this coming. It's just to see Jimmy Butler doing what he's doing. Like I said, they only lost 1 game to the 1 seeded Bucks. They only lost 1 game so far to the team that's better to the 4 seed. Now they're the 5 seeded Knicks. So I'm gonna have to go with playoff Jimmy Butler. Another honorable mention, Devin Booker. Uh, I don't got his stats just in the front of my face, but I can just bet that they somewhere around 35, 6 and 8. Just cause just how he played every game. The Clipper series, he was amazing. He was amazing in the Clipper series, and getting off to a hot start in his Denver series. He definitely probably be my number two person, just cause how many games y'all lost? Just 3 so far.
Yeah, yeah, three.
Yeah, and Devin Booker, he's been a key part to the
Probably the
Sun.
main catalyst. Yeah.
I definitely love what he's been doing. He'll be my honorable mention, but I gotta go Jimmy Butler. What he been doing for that Heat team just been crazy.
I can't be mad at that because you know what I'm saying. As I do got the numbers, and with that Jimmy argument from the regular, this is numbers in the regular season. He was 22.9 points per game, shooting 67% from the restricted area, 48% from Florida range, 45% from mid range, 28% on pull up threes, 32% on catch and shoot threes. That's him in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, playoff Jimmy, as you call him, playoff Jimmy, 34.4 points per game, 72% from the restricted area, which he was 65 in the restricted area in the regular season, 40% from the mid range, 63% floater range, 35% pull up threes, 67% on catch and shoot threes in the playoffs.
So
You know what I'm saying? So,
and just improving his game all the way around. It seemed like,
yeah.
but it sounded like scoring at a way higher rate all around. On because you said 35%. That's a 7% upgrade in
In the
pull
regular
up threes.
season,
Yeah,
yeah, pull up
and that's
threes.
not even Jimmy Butler game. So see him going up in
On the
that is
catch and shoot
crazy.
threes, he went up 35%.
That's crazy. That's not his game, but playoff Jimmy, you got to do what you got to
You know
do
what
to
I'm saying?
win.
He averaging 13 made field goals, which is second in field goals in the playoffs right now remaining. He's shooting 58% from the field and 43% on threes.
That's great.
He leading the playoffs right now in points in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I can't be mad at that, but I gotta give it to Book, man, because
I didn't
I'm
even know he was gonna have Booker. That I didn't even know he was having Booker. But that's literally the second person that came to mind before
but
everybody
but
else.
but but Book, I gotta give it to him. You know what I'm saying? To start off, Book, he first in transition points, first in ISO points, first in points on drives, first in points on pull-ups, first in points in mid-range points, second in steals, while averaging 37 points on 69.5 true
That
shooting
shit don't matter,
percentage.
do it? Because when I was saying Shea was first in all this shit, you didn't really care, huh?
When?
When Shea and De'Aaron Fox, I was trying to make my case.
I don't remember you saying all
I
that.
said no, not in first in transition. I said he was all them defensive stats.
I only said one defense.
But I'm saying for Shea's, you tell me all them offensive stats, and I'm telling you for Shea, I would tell you all them defensive stats, and I said he was better than them offensively, and you still talking about some now Fox better. I just had to make that be known
While
because that
averaging
shit just
37
sounded.
on 69.5 true shooting percentage, 76% in the restricted area, 57% from floater range, 52% on mid range, 80% on quarter threes, which is crazy. 43% on pull up threes, 64% on pull up threes. You know what I'm saying? His numbers speak for itself. He leading in every category on offensively wise. Lead second in steals. On defense, he getting it done. And the eye test, and like we said, he been a main catalyst for this Phoenix Suns team. Really, the position that they in right now is kind of solely from the efforts that he putting on display right here. And right now, he just at a pinnacle right now. You know what I'm saying? He in a type of groove, type of level that most NBA players they can't get into.
I feel you, and I'm not mad at it. Like I said, he honorable mention,
And
but
I got another name that should definitely, you know what I'm saying, Nikola
Jokic,
Jokic.
that was my third guy, no cap.
You know what I'm saying? He averages 28, 14, and 9. You know what I'm saying? As a big man, he's shooting 50% from the field. He's second in rebounds. He's second in assists. You know what I'm saying? As a center, second in assists in the playoffs. He first and second chance points. He lead all centers in points, rebounds, and assists. So
Jokic
that's
definitely has
Jokic
been.
for you.
Jokic definitely has been hooping this player. This playoffs have been a lot of good players in it. You got other guys who you could name, like who hasn't been playing on that level, but other guys who've been elite so far in this playoffs. But those three guys, like literally when I Jimmy Butler, I knew he was gonna be my answer, and they were just like, who else would I? You know what I'm saying? Could I say Devin Booker was the first person I thought of just because all the man he's have been spazzing, and then Jokic, I was like, Jokic low
Yeah,
key been
yeah.
spazzing too.
He just been doing it a different way. But Jokic definitely, you know what I'm
He been
saying?
spazzing.
Second in rebound, second in assists as a center, first and second chance points, and lead all centers in all categories except for blocks, because you can't jump. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy, what he been doing? Second in made field goals, which is of course Devin Booker leads the playoffs with made field goals. First in points in the paint as a 6'6" guard. He averaging 35. And his numbers is
In the East too.
yeah in the East, and,
Playing
and
with
it's crazy because I really just give him that. I ain't gonna say he been the best, but the second best player in the playoffs because his jump from the regular season to the postseason was definitely crazy. But Book first in transition points,
tell me
first
this.
in ISOs, first in points on drive, first in points on pull ups, first in mid range points, while averaging 37. That's that's God like right there. 80% on corner threes, 64% on catch and shoot threes. That's just the efficiency that he doing it at too, like unreal.
They have been having some good postseasons
You
this
know what I'm
so far.
saying? Book got 3 45-point games in this postseason already.
You're gonna need another one tonight.
I don't know about another one, but
Nah. I'm gonna need you another one. I need another one tonight. Just listen to me. He gonna score 40.
he might.
He gonna no
He
no
gonna he
no.
gonna he gonna
I'm
get 35.
35.
That's I just him and Katie get 35 because I think Da gonna do what he need to do. You
Which
know what I'm
is 12.
saying? 12 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Camp. Like I said, I'm not expecting campaign to go 1 for 5. And he did win 1 for 5. He still had 7 points. So if you could just make probably two more shots, one more shot, saying get us into double digits, get to the line. You know what I'm saying? TJ Warren get more minutes. Terrence Ross, I'm expecting more minutes. You know what I'm saying? We are at home. Role players do play better at home. So we didn't shoot well last game, so I am expecting a bounce back shooting game. For us to be on our home court. So that's why I say I don't think they're gonna need that much again, but they still gonna need to come swinging. They got a number they need to reach, and they need to reach that number.
I like that. That's everything we got today.
That's everything we
Yeah.
got, man. So this is the sixth episode of Off the Bench podcast, and if y'all still tuning in, y'all go ahead leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at on Instagram. Follow us underscore off the bench pod. Follow us on TikTok underscore live from the bench pod, and also follow his individual TikTok.
1D Sports Doctor.
You know what I'm saying? Say it again for him.
1D Sports Doctor. Because, you know, I got to get a little background on the name. Because, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really want it to be that, but then I was like, hold on. Because, look, you know, it was supposed to be D1. You know, D1 high level. You know what I'm saying? My name, Dion. The first letter in my name is the D. So I just really just made it shorter. 1D, you know what I'm saying? So you know who it is once you hit the TikTok. Yeah, definitely
Y'all
show
go
that
do
some
it.
love.
Yeah, y'all go show that to look some love. Y'all get him the 2,000 followers on TikTok. Once again, his TikTok is D1 Sports Doctor. You know what I'm saying? Also follow us on TikTok at Live from the Bench Podcast. And we out.